Hello guys, welcome to a vlog. It is quite dark because it's what, 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Slight exaggeration, it's in fact 10 to 5, but still looks like it's the depths of night obviously. It's a Tuesday, 1st of December. Today is officially the last day of lockdown before we go into an entirely nonsensical tiers system. Yay. But I'm vlogging this week. I'm going to start off by doing some cooking because I have a dish that I've been making which is from my Italian cookbook that I am obsessed with. It's so good and I wanted to feature it in this because it's really good if you're just on your own, because it's the kind of thing you can reheat the next day and have with a fried egg. It's really good if you were cooking for people because you can put it all together and then just keep it on a low heat in the oven and it will be great for as long as you need. So it's just really bloody good and it's also quite healthy. So I thought as I was cooking this evening I would share that with you guys. I have all the ingredients in here, which are, well, firstly I got some Sainsbury's short crust mince pie. We'll have one of these for dessert. These are from the bakery section specifically, which is what gets my Sainsbury's recommendation. At some point I'll get some of the normal Sainsbury's ones, but these are very good. I also bought some from, there's a really fancy food shop on Kingsland Road in Shoreditch called The Grocery, which if you're local to the area you must pay a trip to. It's my favourite place to do a food shop, even though it's so expensive. The fresh stuff's incredible. But they had some posh mince pies. I didn't actually make a note of how much these were, which was a shame. From a brand called Epicure. I feel like I really recognise that logo, but I don't know if it's just because it looks like the Esquire logo. These are 6 luxury mince pies with brandy mincemeat and all butter pastry. Like I said, I don't know the price of these, but they will definitely have been posh because it's a posh supermarket. So then, just some cat food from Sainsbury's. For the ingredients for what we're making, you'll need sweet peppers, red ones, my favourites, some baby potatoes, as many as you like really, beetroot. You can use that pre-cooked beetroot, but that is a lot better. 1 white onion. I've got like mange 2 here, but like green beans, something like that. Olive oil, salt, pepper, red wine vinegar. That is everything you need. You also need a couple of hours because beetroot takes a long time to bake in the oven. But like I said, it's only 10 to 5, so everything should be ready for me to eat by about 6:37. I'm going to get the beetroot straight in. Literally all you need to do is wash it, cut the tops off, wrap it in foil and put it in the oven on about 200 degrees for about an hour to an hour and a half until the fork goes straight through it. You don't need to put oil on it, anything. You're just putting it in wrapped up in foil and letting it bake away. So I'm going to begin with that. So your beetroot's literally like this and then wrapped up in tin foil. Nothing else. It's that simple. Like I said, you can do your timings right so everything sort of comes together at the same time, or you can kind of wing it a bit and then just reheat everything in the oven afterwards, because it honestly doesn't taste any worse for it. I've done it both ways, timing it impeccably or not, and both are great. Right, that's been about 30 minutes for them. Next, you're putting your onion straight in the oven as well. No oil, nothing, it's just going straight in there to bake. It's all very easy, and you're resting on the kettle. I'm about to move you because I'm going to boil the kettle and start boiling the potatoes. So the only thing I don't love about this recipe is that it does involve burning your fingers quite a lot, because you have to take the skins off nearly everything, and it's easier to do it when they're hot. So first, once you've boiled your potatoes, just take the water out and put them on the heat for a second to kind of dehydrate them a little bit. And then when they're cool enough to touch, you're literally going to peel off their skins, which totally depends on how tough your fingertips are. Just put it down for a second. I'm going to let them cool for a couple of minutes, and then you're going to do the same thing with the beetroot. Once they're out the oven, just peel their skins off, and we're also going to have to do that with the peppers once they're done. So I'm just going to cut them all in half to help them cool down, but it does unfortunately involve burning your fingers, and obviously when handling beetroot, getting bright red fingers so you also look like you've been murdering people, which is a nice extra something special. And now I've just got the mange 2 going, just boiling away in a pan. That's it. I think everything is actually going to come together quite nicely here. I always have a glass of wine because I felt like one, and just having Chardonnay. These glasses are from John Lewis, by the way. You guys ask me all the time. I'm always really shit remembering to tell you. John Lewis, I link in the description box. They're like, actually I think 30, 40 quid maybe for a pack of 6. They're not bad. And they're a beautiful shape, and they're not too light. I love really light, thin glasses. Alas, I cannot be trusted to not break them. So I've got potatoes and beetroot in there. The onion's just come out, and with the onion, you just, yeah, while I do it, you just keep it in there until it is, until you can put a fork through it, because you kind of want it to just all come away like this, and then cut it up as best you can without burning yourself like I'm doing. And then the red peppers, you're just charring under the grill. You can either do it directly over the flame of your hob, which I for some reason don't seem to have any luck when I try and do it that way. So I just put the grill on really high, put the tray as close to the grill as I can, and then leave them to cook on both sides until they're charred on both sides. So you just turn them halfway through. And then once they're charred, you will also just be able to pull away the skin of them as well, take the pulp out, and then put them in your dish too. I'm making an absolute pig's ear of this. There's bits of onion everywhere. Oh dear. And then this goes in the bowl as well. You can drop it on the work surface on the way if you want, like I have. Just to, you know, keep things interesting. God, it's so slimy, and just because it's so cooked it just falls apart, which is what you want it to be at, but then it's just quite hard to chop up. You don't need to chop it up really small or anything. It's actually quite nice in big bits, and because it's been cooked in the way it has and hasn't been I sound like a right expert here, which I'm not, but because you haven't chopped it up or been harsh with it in any way, it's actually not a strong oniony taste at all. So don't be put off by the fact it's this much just plain onion going into your bowl. So yeah, the mange 2 are almost done. In fact, I think they probably are done now. And then it's just the peppers to go in, and then we're good to go. Okay, so then it should be looking like this, really nice and colourful. And you just need to put on a generous amount of sea salt. Don't be stingy with that. Lots of olive oil, and just a good olive oil, like not, I can't think of that brand, the one that I'm thinking of with the dark green label, but try and get like a decent priced olive oil, because it does make such a difference with something like this, because it's quite a big part of the overall flavour. I love how much I'm sounding like a pro here. This is literally the one dish I feel like I've kind of mastered. So slather that in that. And then some pepper, again a generous amount. I've made a huge portion here because I am going to have it for breakfast tomorrow with a fried egg, which I'll also show you because it's so good heated up, and then just some red wine vinegar all over it. There's literally nothing in that. That's embarrassing when I'm trying to act like an absolute pro. So I'm just going to pop this back in the oven as well, just to make sure it's all like really nicely heated up. Give it all a good mix. Oh, it's just so nice that it's so colourful. It looks healthy. And I like to have mine with some andouille, which is like a spicy Italian sausage paste thing almost. Just because I'm not vegetarian and I also like spiciness, but it's also really great on its own. So that's just gonna have 5-10 minutes in there to be warm. And here we go. It's also really good with some nice crusty bread and butter. Just put a bit more oil on it and I'm good to go. Oh God, I'm good. Hello guys, it's a few days later, well 2 days since I was last here in the kitchen. I've since got a bit of an eye infection or something going on here. I don't know if that would have been obvious if I had not said. Is it obvious? It's kind of red. Anyway, I've been eating a lot of mince pies, so I must update. As you can see, I've had 2 of these, one warmed up, one not. These are possibly in first place actually. They're exceptional. And I've just been sent, literally in the post 2 minutes ago, some from Costa Coffee, Nobel Peace Pies. Very good. It says, congratulations on winning the Nobel Peace Prize for services to entertainment this holiday season, voted by our colleagues and customers. Thank you for relatable content which provided much needed laughs to your listeners during lockdown. It is focused on things you can't ask your mum for the podcast. Little do they know they have entered the ring of mince pie testing. So there's a mince tart, and these must be the mince pies. I'm not going to do the mince tart because it just feels too different to necessarily be a level playing field, which is important when we're doing our mince pie testing. And I'm going to heat this up and have it with some brandy cream because I think I deserve it, if I'm honest. Me and my poorly eyeball. Always something wrong with my eyes. This is this. I think it's just going to be a stye, but it's the second one I've had this year, which does feel like a lot. Why? Is it that obvious? Or is it just because it's red? Whenever I get something like this, I become acutely aware of how droopy my eyelids are anyway. So I know they're so droopy. I know. So yeah. So it's just really hard to tell. Here he is. What are you doing? Are you saying yes, they're so droopy? No, well, I don't know. Oh, really? Oh, that's really kind of you to say. Thank you. Well, I think you're beautiful too, yes. What do you want? You've had food, you've had fuss, you've had playtime, you follow me around the house endlessly. What is it you need now? What is it? I don't know. Do you want to go sit on the sofa? Do you? Oh no. Okay guys, moment of truth. Heated up with some brandy cream, because why not? No. I'm sorry, Costa. It's the shortbread on it. Doesn't compare. Definitely doesn't compare to Sainsbury's ones. Nor the Tesco or Co-op, I'm afraid. I feel bad because they were sent to me. I'm sorry, guys. I love the idea of the Nobel Peace Pies. I am grateful, but it's a completely different kind of pastry. And I prefer the more kind of sugary ones. I'll still eat it all. Okay guys, the tree is nowhere near complete because I'm waiting for more decorations which are coming from Arket, but I did buy 5 hand-painted lovely baubles from this local shop on Columbia Road, which I just thought were all so nice. I'm not going for a theme with the tree, I'm not that dedicated to the cause, so there's something mismatched, but it's looking very lovely. I don't know how, it looks really sort of sad and empty at the bottom, and I don't know how people fix that, but anyway, and little man is asleep currently, but he is a fan, aren't you? You like your tree? Having a big nap, which is good because we have been mental all day today. my eye's a bit worse today and it's really sore, so it's actually just made me feel moody all day long. I'll do a hot compress after I've sat and chatted to you guys for a bit. But yeah, and I got a tree this year. Have I already said this? Probably, but I'm hosting Christmas. Mum's coming here. Me and Mum and Luigi are doing Christmas, so I thought, well, I better get a tree for once and be a bit festive. So I'm really pleased with it, actually. I think it looks quite nice. And yes, feeling a touch festive. This would probably be a high time for my usual annual spiel of just to say, as always, you must make Christmas what feels right for you, and you must forego traditions that possibly are too nostalgic or make you feel too filled with grief if that's something that you're living with, or just something that doesn't fit you anymore, and make your own traditions where you need to. Do what you can to make this time of year bearable if, like me, you are someone who finds it quite unbearable. And I am actually finding it worse year on year for some reason. Like last year, Mum and I said we were just going to go away this year, but obviously the world had other plans, which is fine. But maybe that message needs to be said more than ever this year because what everyone's gone through in so many varying degrees, especially if you are, this is now going to be your first Christmas without a loved one here, if you've lost somebody this year to COVID or otherwise. Just do what feels right for you at Christmas. If you feel overly festive and want to listen to Christmas music every single day and deck the halls, then do that. If you want to do all you can to pretend it's not happening, then do that. If you some days feel festive and some days don't, just go with each of them. Don't put pressure on yourself to feel a certain way at this time of year, because that is what this time of year is dreadful for. The forced happiness of it all is what I find so difficult when you are just not feeling that way and it's not a happy time of year for you. So don't feel swept up in that. If it's not what you feel, you can completely just make your own, make what you need it to be. And it's difficult to do that. That's so much easier said than done. But I feel like I do a variation of that spiel every single year, but it's something that feels more and more important to me every single year, if I'm honest. And especially on YouTube, this is not meant as a criticism at all, but it tends to be heavy on the Christmas content to people's vlogs, so it can feel quite overwhelming if you are not wanting to really partake in that. And if you're one of those people, this will be a relatively safe space. We're not going to have that much Christmas content. I do, however, have a really exciting Christmas project to talk to you about, which I'm going to talk to you about tomorrow morning, because even though it's not that late at all, for some reason I want to sit in daylight hours and share it with you guys. It's not that festive, it's just related to Christmas and coming out hopefully in the next couple of weeks, week or so, and it will be a really good Christmas gift. But the brief came to me and it was meant to be very festive. And thankfully the brand were really kind when I was like, I'm happy to have a nod to Christmas, but I just want to make it really like chic and not in your face, down your throat, oh my God, it's Christmas. So I'm going to talk to you about that tomorrow, and it's something I've been working on for months, so I'm really excited to share it with you guys. I think you're all going to really like it. And I don't think I've ever really had a project before now where I can say, oh, I've been working on this for months. So tomorrow we'll talk about that. Like I said, I hope that my eye goes down tomorrow so I feel like I can actually look at myself a bit easier, because really not loving what I see today. But yeah, it's Friday night. I might have a glass of wine. I'm going to make something for tea and play on Assassin's Creed. I saw my personal trainer this morning and I haven't seen another soul today. And I'm quite alright with that. I feel quite introspective today and not really in the mood to talk to anybody except you guys. So that's my evening plan, and just have big snuggles with Weege, who's just so snuggly and perfect. But I'm going to leave him in peace while he's having his nap, because I do spend parts of the day when he's going mental just wishing he would have a nap so I can get on with stuff. Good morning, guys. I am in a bad mood. For crying out loud. I don't know that it is a stye now, like it shouldn't be like my whole eyelid is swollen. Normally a stye is like a lump, almost like a hard spot, as opposed to doing this much swelling. So I'm just gonna have a cup of tea and go to the pharmacy. If it's not better by Monday, I'll ring the doctor and just see if it's something I need antibiotics for, but just put me in a right stinker of a mood. I get stuff like this so often, not so often, well, yes, so often. This is the second bad eye thing I've had this year, which is a lot, I think, in a year, and I don't know why. I obviously just really prone to them, but I don't really wear very much makeup. I don't change my makeup often. I know that could be the problem, but I mean, like, I don't use new products very often because I'm so aware of how sensitive my skin is and stuff like this happening. And it's so silly, isn't it? Because it's not that painful. It probably only hurts like a 2 out of 10. It just scratches when I blink. My eyesight's fine. It's purely a vanity thing, but it's just making me feel shit. Just checking that has gone past its sell by date, but it smells fine. But you really shouldn't do that with milk. I'll use oat milk. Don't be like that, Elizabeth. That's awful. You're awful. Don't do that. So I'm literally not going to do anything today, apart from go to the pharmacy. I need to go to the shops because I'm feeling dramatic about the whole thing, and like, I don't want to go out and about, which is silly when I'm comfortable sharing it online like this, but it's different when it's you guys, and I just feel grumpy, so I'm going to have an indoor day, which isn't ideal because yesterday was an indoor day, and sometimes 2 indoor days on the bounce could not make me feel good, but we're just going to do our best with it today. That's just all we can hope to do. And I'm going to do my hot compress on this and then go to the pharmacy and see what they say. But what the heck? Yeah, when I started off convincing myself it wasn't that obvious, we're way past that point now, aren't we? Okay guys, found a silver lining in today, which is that it's a lovely sunny day. So I can absolutely go out for a walk while wearing sunglasses and not look like I think I'm Bono or something similar. So that's good at least. So that's what I'm going to do. I need to go to the shops and get some bits and bobs. So I'm going to do that with my sunglasses on. And maybe go via a pharmacy and just see what somebody thinks. But I think it is just a stye. You can't do anything for those except hot compressors on them till it goes. So, God, I'm in a shitty, miserable mood. I'm going to cheer myself up when we get back in by talking to you about this project I was mentioning last night. So, no more moodiness for too long from me. Morning, guys. Good morning from Ouija. Say good morning. Good purring. Oops. I just nipped to the farm market and he's acting like I've not been here for hours. I didn't end up vlogging yesterday. As you could probably tell in the morning, I was just in a foul mood and it kind of didn't get better all day. So after a while I just thought, well, stop being so grumpy, and why film being grumpy? No one's going to enjoy that. I know. Sorry, just texting somebody back. Putting the lights on. It's so dark. Yes! What? You've had food, you've been to the bathroom, you've had fudge, you've had playtime, had everything you could need. Do you want some camera time, little man? Here's the baby. We've just got lots of festive flowers from the flower market, which I think are all fine for him to be around, because you do like to get your face in everything possible, don't you? Oh, don't like being picked up either. My eye, well, I wouldn't say it's better, but it feels better to me, and also it's turned more into a lump on the side as opposed to just being swollen all over, which I'm pleased about because it's definitely a stye. And there was a bit yesterday where it was in the morning when it was just so swollen all over. I was like, is this a stye? Because normally they're a lump, but it is a lump now, so that's good. At least I know what it is, and it's not something that's going to be, you know, too long lasting, hopefully. Lost the scissors. So yeah, anyway, I was in such a shit mood all day yesterday. It didn't lift. I was feeling sorry for myself. But anyway, today's a new day and I'm not being quite so dramatic about everything. I just need to find the scissors. Which, where are the scissors, baby? Do you know they're in the dishwasher? I don't know. They are in the dishwasher. That was an interesting thought process. Anyway, I've just been to the flower market and got some festive blooms. I almost don't want to recommend the flower market to people because I live so close by to it. When it's busy, it's annoying. But for a nice Christmas morning out, that's not too like just naff and festive, I do recommend the flower market. They've got lovely things at the moment. Yes, they do, Lizzy. Why are you yelling at me? You have everything you need. You have everything. There's nothing else that we need. Let's go put this in the living room and see what it looks like. What a tall one we could be a risk. I know. I know. Okay, that's there. You've already jumped in it. Just go up here for now. You'll be busy. Honestly, Weed, what do you like? Oh my Christ, I feel like I've not stopped today. I've been all over the shop. Let me get my eye. I am going to sit down and talk to you about this exciting collaboration and shall leave you waiting no longer. So, it is with, ow, that was my elbow. Weed is just going mad at the window. Weed, do you want to come here and be involved in this conversation? No, there's a no, he wants to stay over there. So, I am working this Christmas with a brand called Reposed, who I will link in the description box, and they are a monthly book subscription service. So you can subscribe to them year round, it's not just a festive thing. So we've got some quite dramatic classical music playing in the background, which is good for the storytelling of this moment, but possibly not good for copyright reasons. So yeah, they do a monthly subscription box, which is a year-round thing where you subscribe, obviously, and each month they send you a box, including a book or 2 books possibly, and lots of other products around that. So beauty products, maybe some tea, vouchers, all kinds of different things, candles, just things that are based all around really relaxing and enjoying reading, which obviously is a concept I love anyway. And they approached me. Oh, another thing they do, which I wanted to mention, this isn't related to what I'm collaborating with them on, but they have a book concierge service where you have a phone call basically. You fill out a form where you say what kind of books you like, what you do and don't like, if there's any real big favourites that you want to find something similar of, and then they do it over Zoom at the moment where someone will ask you some more questions. It's really quick, it only takes like 5-10 minutes, and then they send you over a document with recommendations and also some products in there too. I had mine done and I'll share the document on the screen now so you can see what I've been recommended. But I get so many questions from people sometimes where it's like, if I like this book, what would you recommend? If I like this, what would you recommend? And I mean, I can have a stab at that for people, but I think unless you are unbelievably widely read, it's quite hard to do that really comprehensively. So I really like that service that they do, and that was all just sort of kind of part of how, as a brand, Reposed, it's not just a subscription brand, they are doing more, I'm doing this because I'm trying to say 360, that's what I'm trying to get to. Reading experiences, basically. Anyway, for what we've been working on is going to be the Christmas gift box. So you can buy it for yourself or you can buy it for somebody else. It has lots of things that I have designed in it, but I think it's important to note, while you guys know who I am, I'm very aware that the vast majority of people wouldn't know me from Adam. So there is some bits that says shop from the street on it, but for the most part it's very subtly branded, so that if you wanted to buy it for someone for a gift who has no clue who I am, that's not a problem. It's all going to look very chic and together, and you don't have to know me basically to like what's in it. So as the samples start to arrive through the duration of this vlog, I'm going to be able to show you some of the things that are going to be in it. But we have a book, I'm going to try and not tell you everything just yet until I can show you more bits, but a book, and there's an option to pick another book too, but that kind of depends on how much you want to spend. We tried to make it so that there's things you can take out and add in depending on what you would want to spend on somebody. A notebook, which I have designed, some chocolate, and I've designed the wrapper, a candle from a local brand, vouchers and things. I've made a playlist for it. We're gonna get some of my photos printed to go in it. So it's gonna be just super chic, basically. The notebook's green. I'm really excited to show you the notebook. My sample should arrive in the next few days, which is the nod to festivities that we've done. But for the most part, it's not overly Christmassy. But still very good for a gift. I also didn't want it to not be super Christmassy, not just because I don't really like Christmas, but because I always find if you get something that's really Christmassy on Christmas Day, your festive period's over. So this is something that you want to be using in January, maybe, or between Christmas and New Year, and you might not necessarily want something really Christmassy for that. We've been working on this for months and months and months. Designing things has been so much fun, something really different, and obviously with it being so book related, has been just a joy to work on. So I'm so excited for you guys to see it. I should have the whole thing ready for you to order within the next week, we're really hoping, and then it's kind of maybe a bit late for Christmas presents, but hopefully you can still buy it for yourself or for somebody else, or whatever you want really. But I'm so excited to share more of it. I'm really excited to be able to tell you guys about it. Honestly, it's been a huge amount of work in a really good and exciting and fulfilling way, but we're nearly there with it, which is so good. After I've done all this speaking, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea and possibly have a mince pie. I bought some more Sainsbury's ones today because they really are the piece de resistance of mince pies, if you asked me, which many of you did actually ask me. Hello guys. Eye is much better. Still there, but much better. We're just doing some work. Well, say we. Someone's sleeping on the job. You meant to be going through my emails. Lazy, not pulling his weight around here at all. I've got some new jumper from Uniqlo. I did a job with them this morning. I went into town to their flagship shop to shoot some content, and I picked out this jumper and then just put it on to take a photo and was like, holy cow, this is warm. I'm not taking it off because it is but 3 degrees today in London. It's freezing. So I'm at my desk, as you can see. I'm just about to make a cup of tea while I get through the last bits of work today. I've had a very productive day and I feel really, really good for it. I've been on it today and I like that feeling. So that is all good. And this little angel has been a perfect boy. Hello guys, it's me in the same jumper as you saw me last time because I'm just waiting for Isaac because we're shooting today. Kind of all my last jobs before Christmas. I've got 3 jobs to shoot today, all Instagram ones. It's not sponsored YouTube stuff, but one of them's for Uniqlo. And I got this jumper in the red and the grey, but I thought the red is so nice. Got it on with cream jeans, and it's a really strong combination. Let me go to the mirror to show you. This is the lamb's wool jumper, not the cashmere one. This is in a large. I've got the grey and a medium, and I actually prefer the large, just so you guys know, sizing wise. So lovely. Hello. Well, hello. Did you hear me talking to the people and you thought you are what the people want? And you are not wrong. You've been really good, as always, haven't you? As always. Let's not jump down there. There are a few more stairs to go, please, sir. Downstairs, please, sir. Can we walk downstairs and not jump through the banister, please? Honestly, good boy. Good boy. I'm also here because samples of the notebooks that I was telling you about for the Christmas box have just arrived. So I thought I would finish off this vlog with showing you them as soon as I've talked about it. I'll just sit down and put them on the mantelpiece. So this is them. This is what I was saying about when we've gone for a green. This is as festive as we're getting. Really into green at the moment. And it's got a dark green panel here. It's quite a thin light one. I went for non-lined, which was a big decision. But I ultimately decided that I like to doodle a lot, so prefer something unlined sometimes. And feel like you can do more with it maybe. And then down the side, you just have all the font that I used, and it was just Times New Roman because it really is just lovely and classic. So it says, for any thought, feeling, list or doodle, down the side here in italics. And then at the bottom, it just says shot from the street, and then the paperweight, and then it's plain paper. So this is what I meant when I was saying the branding is there. So you guys would know it's me and be like, oh, this is Lizzie's notebook. But it's not if you want to go and buy the box for a friend or for your mum or whoever, and they're like, who is this? Who might this be? It's not too in the face of anything. And then it's just plain inside. I'm so pleased with it. So pleased with it. It was so fun and challenging having to do something like this. And I was just obviously hugely inspired by like all the Japanese stationery that I've seen in Japan, because they just do it the best. So sort of went down that line with it. But yeah, this is the notebook, and I'm gonna show you everything else as it comes through. Has music just turned on, or has it come from next door? It's very weird. So yeah, that was my update for today, which is exciting, isn't it, Ouija? You always have to sit on the laptop and just delete things, don't you? Anyway, I'm gonna go now and just have a quick whiz around, tidy up, because I'm shooting some stuff in here today. Got a job to shoot with a wine brand called Penfolds, which I'm really looking forward to. So I need to shoot in here for that. Which this is again a real first world problem with stuff, but I'm so uninspired at the moment. I love living here, I love it here so much, but all I'm really doing is taking photos in here, so I'm kind of stood looking like, how can I make this feel a bit different, but I'll work it out. Goodness guys, I've just edited this vlog and it's nearly 40 minutes long, so I'm going to really quickly sign it off. And if you're still here at 40 minutes, then my God, thank you so much for watching for that long, because that is a long old time. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Let's not make this longer than it needs to be now. Goodbye.